Our two cents.
With Oscar.
Hey, welcome back to our 2 cents. We're doing it again here at Raxo Studios with your host, Oscar. Thank you for all your support. Please hit the subscribe button. It's free to you, and it means everything to me. Leave a comment for the algorithm. Also, it's at r2centswoscar.com, r2cents on all social media. Thank you. Welcome back. We're doing it here again for the second time today. It is a second try that we give this because it always works out that way. Every time you're ready, your mind goes. Just like our economy today. Our economy last week went from being at a level where I wasn't worried at all. And now I'm worried. And I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, I might have to end up eating my words according to my opinions. And it only took less than a month for me to get here and start eating my words about the economy, about the greatest nation in the world, America. The good thing is, America always looks out for the banks. That's a good thing for them. And for the economy to keep going, it is a good thing for us, I guess, in the long run. But in the short term, I guess we're about to eat shit. Apparently on Thursday, that's when Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, when they took a shit from, let me see, let's put it this way. It went, let me see if I can put it in monkey terms. That's because that's the only way I can understand it. So there was a banana tree, and the banana tree promised future bananas if everybody put their bananas in there. Once they put their bananas, I guess, I see this is even more harder to explain than I ever understood it. But I understood it. I promise you I understood it. And it's not a lie. I understood what was going on. I understood why it went fucking south. And I guess the simplest way to put it is it went south because motherfuckers didn't deliver on their promises. And the promise was to make more cheddar. They didn't make more cheddar. They ended up losing all the cheddar. And therefore, there was no more cheddar left. I went from being a monkey to like a dairy kind of thing, I guess, because I ended up talking about cheese, cheddar cheese. Yeah, but it's crazy. I don't understand. How is it possible that a bank ends up broken that way? But not too long ago, most banks were bragging about how much money they had made so far this year. I mean, I understand you got bills to pay, but you mean to tell me these banks are not saving money? What a goddamn surprise, right? This is America. Nobody saves fucking money. Only, I guess, the smart do. But no. According to the writer of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, if you save your money, if you save your money, it's the dumbest thing you could do. The smartest thing, the intellectual thing to do is put your money to work for you while it's put away. That's basically what banks do, and that's what they figure out. And that's what SVB did, and it didn't work out for them. Now, which brings me to my next point. Apparently, we are at a stage where, the stage and I guess the economy, what the fuck would you call it? Yeah, it is stage because it's a time. We're in a time. Yeah, that's the right word. We're in a time where we are back where we were back in 2018. I remember talking about what the government, what the Federal Reserve was doing with the money. They were basically filling up a bubble. They fill up that bubble just with air. They didn't fill it up with gold. They didn't fill it up with money like the way they should have. They just kept fucking pumping more air into that bubble. And well, we're at those beginning stages where that bubble is starting to show signs of failing. It wasn't a bubble made out of glass, but even glass bubbles burst, right? I mean, have you ever seen how they make fucking glass? They fucking blow on it, and I guess it's got to get to a point where it just pops. And that's where we are today. I wonder where this goes. I guess, this is what I also think. I also think that if you are really worried that everything's going to go to shit and you're going to lose everything you have, I don't judge you because of that. I judge you because you're stuck in that mindset of everything's over. That's it. There's nothing else we could do. And I'm pretty sure these banks are spending enough money to make sure this shit doesn't go south fully. They just want to make more money. And the incentive is to make more money. And as long as they're able to make money from the circumstance, they will make more money. And that's what gives me a little bit of relief, right? Because I'm thinking of shit. Part of me is worried that everything is going to the way it's gotten to right now. It's fucking scary. Fucking, I guess, I don't know how important Silicon Valley Bank is. Apparently, it is very important. One of the top, I guess, for startup companies. But will that affect the rest? And it seems like it is. Because I don't know, when was it? Not yesterday. On Friday, I was getting a message on my phone from Wells Fargo saying, hey, your account might not be appropriately with the right amount of money in there, so just watch out for that. We'll adjust it accordingly. But I don't understand how the fuck I'm supposed to verify that I have the fucking right amount. Wait, yeah, I do know how. As I was saying it, I was like, wait, you do it all the time. What the fuck are you talking about? No, yeah, you gotta keep track of what you're fucking spending your money on. But as far as but this is what the banks do to make more money off of you, just to make sure you go, especially people in my situation. I guess there's a lot of people in my situation. Probably more than half the country is in my situation. I want to say probably that number is getting higher. It has to be getting higher. It's just getting scarier, like I said. But let me go back to my thought. Like I'm saying, it is scary, but we could do two things. We could hit the eject button or hit the reroute button. And what I mean by hitting the eject button is all your, what's the word? Investments. Every investment that I have indulged in. I use that word a lot, indulge. Is that a good word to use? I wonder. I wonder if we could talk to an intellectual person that'll tell me, yeah, indulging is a good word to use in any sentence. And it just makes you sound smarter, which is what we're going for, sounding smarter. Just sounding, not being, but just sounding. Anyways. So we can look at it two ways. As either we're fucked or this is the opportunity most of us have been waiting for. Most of us that are seeking generational wealth. Is that what no. Well, yeah, I guess some of you are seeking generational wealth, but that's not what I'm seeking for. I'm seeking comfort. I'm seeking a level of comfort where you don't have to worry that, oh, I got to go to work tomorrow. No. You could just say, you know what? Maybe I won't fucking do this and I'll do it tomorrow. And I'll allocate my time to something more productive for my life. That's the kind of comfort we're looking for. We're not looking for riches. We're not looking for generational wealth. No. That people who are good with money should be looking for. But if you're not good for money, even if you're looking for it, you're never going to get there because you'll always just end up spending whatever you could have, what's the word? Invest. But yes. But going back to my thought, there's two ways to look at this, what's happening right now. One way, like I said, one way to look at it is panic and run around like a chicken with your head cut off. You could do that. The other option is, again, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. This is the opportunity a lot of us have been waiting for. I've always said, I want to have the story of my life. I want it to be where from a misfortune, we went to, I don't know, to the moon, if you want to call it, if we want to use the terms that we use in the crypto space, right? We want to use that. So we could do that. We could sit there and think about how bad it's gotten, how bad it's going to get. Or we can sit down and think about, all right, how can I put myself in a situation where I can deliver positively from this bad times? Because make no mistake, I know for a fact that all those industries, all those big corporations that invest their money, all the politicians that know what moves to make, all the politicians that are indulging in the stock market and the crypto space, whatever you want to call it, all those people are going to come out better at the other end. Once we go through this times of whatever it is we're going to go, either it is WW3 or just the financial crisis that we're going to go through. Either way, the goal is to come out 1,000% better from this endeavor we're about to fucking dive right into. Yeah. Anyways, that's the two ways you can look at it. You could look at it as if everything's gonna go to shit and everything's over and we're fucked for the rest of our life. Or we can look at it, how do we come out better on the other end? And the only answer to that is learn. Learn how to invest money, learn how to invest even the littlest amount. It could result in 1,000% improvement in your endeavors. But what is it? What are we supposed to be looking at now? I mean, I'm talking about, because we know, I'm pretty sure back in 2008, especially back in 2008, I was just a fucking deviant. I was a dumbass kid, because in 2008 is when I had just turned 18. So again, I was a dumbass kid thinking I knew how the world worked. And nowhere did I ever realize that the country was going through, what the country, I forgot what the term is, and this is what we're talking about. The country was going through where there's no money. What's the word I'm looking for? I know it. I have the name on the tip of my tongue, but it just won't come out. Financial crisis. During the 2008 financial crisis, that's not the right word I was looking for, but that works. During the 2008 financial crisis, I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure that just as I am worried today, a lot of people were shitting their pants around that time. And back in those days is when my parents lost their house. So it is, I'm worried. I'm a little worried about that. Because like I said at the beginning, we are here. We are at the stage where I'm worried. Like I said, I'm going to eat my words maybe in the future, near future. I probably said this 3 episodes ago. I probably did say that 3 episodes ago. But where I'm going as, like I said, I'm pretty sure that back in 2008, there was a lot of people that were worried that everything was done and over, that there was no way that they were going to come out on the other side better. And you would hear, and as the years went through, I would hear stories of people, oh yeah, during the 2008 financial crisis, my dad figured out how to do stocks. My dad figured out how to do something else. My dad figured out how to do this. My dad started this. Or my mom's did this. I would hear stories like that. And for me, it's what I mostly fantasize of. Finding something or finding something and learning that something and profit off of it. And they do say be careful what you wish for, because here we are in another financial crisis. And now we have to figure out how the fuck we're going to navigate through this financial fucking stage of whatever the fuck it is that we're just going to go through. Because the scary thing is that I'm not worried about being able to make money. That's not what I'm worried about, because I'm willing to I'm willing to shake my ass for a fucking change. I'm willing to do some weird shit for some change. So might as well just dive into it, right? Anyways. But what was I saying? Making the money is not what I'm worried about. Wait, I lost my train of thought. Making my money was not what I'm worried about. It's where society is going to go is mainly what I'm worried about. Because either way, if fucking shit goes south, like I said, I can come up with the money I'll work on anything. That's just the kind of work ethic that I have. I'll do whatever needs to be done in order for me to make that check, because I things cannot go the wrong way for me, because this is kind of what I've been asking for from the universe. And again, they do say be careful what you wish for, because here we are. And what are we going to do with that? I remember what I was going to say. I'm not worried about making the money. What I'm worried about is using the money. And another thing. There was a video rolling around a couple of weeks ago of the Senate. Somewhere in the Senate, they were talking about how are they going to shut down the banks and why on Fridays, just to give people time to acclimate in the banks, to give them time to fucking give the banks time to not be able to answer your questions as to where the fuck is your money. And there was that video going around, and I think about it today, and I'm like, damn, that was the warning. They were saying what they were planning on doing. And when did SBC fucking collapse? On a Thursday, and on Friday it was when people fucking realized it, and everybody ran to get their money out. And apparently, most people could not get their money out. So all these people were left moneyless. But I'm really not worried about those people. Those people have a shit ton of money. Throughout this whole time, they've been bragging about their fucking wins. They've been bragging about how much money they made. Well, where is all that money now? And if you made so much money, why don't you use that money to bail themselves out? I'm not worried about those people. I'm pretty sure those people were the only people that were able to have money in those banks, or they were able to access that money from that bank. It was those people that are living in those $1 million homes. So therefore, I'm not worried about it. I don't have millions of dollars to lose. I have $500,000, but that's not here nor there. That's nobody's business. Wish, right? That would be cool if I had $500,000 in the bank. I would not be able to would want to go to work. Why? What kind of an idiot would I be with $500,000 in the bank if I went to work? Tell me what kind of a dumbass I would be. No. There's ways to do it. If I had $500,000, I would put it in one of those accounts that kind of converts it in your own bank, and then they pay you a pretty high interest rate for you having the money there, and then you could borrow money from that bank, which is your own personal bank. But again, these motherfuckers, every time you put your money in there, they decide they want to use that money to reinvest it so that they can make more money on your money and they'll give you some fucking change. So if they decide to invest all that money that you put in there, just like all these people did with SVB, now that it's time to fucking pay your dues and where everybody decides, hey, I don't know what the fuck going on there, so I'm going to pull out, and everybody starts going to pull their money out, well, that's what happens. What happened this weekend. Nobody's able to get their money, and now everybody is running around like they're chickens with their heads cut off. But the good news is that apparently some people at the bank were fucking able to get their money out, which good for them. Good for them. I applaud their efforts. I applaud their, what's the word I'm looking for? I applaud their knowledge. I applaud their ability to know what the fuck was coming. And I'm pretty sure those people didn't have no insight. I'm pretty sure those people didn't know people working at the fucking Federal Reserve, because when the Federal Reserve showed up, everything was shut down. Nobody could touch nothing. But the people who were before the Federal Reserve showed up, they were able to get their money. Oh, and not to mention how some people apparently got bonuses just right before the Federal Reserve showed up. And I'm pretty sure those people got to take their money home with them. Cash, paper. They took it all home. And everybody else was left with nothing to show for. Now, again, I'm not worried about making the money in the stressful times like such that we're about to fucking enter. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about being able to get my money out of the bank and being able to use cash. And if none of the bank's money, okay, the money might work, but if they don't have any money in the bank, will the money still work? Will the money still hold its value? Or would it be more valuable because it's less? I mean, there's a lot less of it out there. Recession, that's the word we were looking for earlier, recession. In a recession, so basically, I don't know if this is how it really works, but this is how I've always understood it, because this is how my father taught me about recessions. A recession just basically means somebody's holding up the money somewhere and not putting it in circulation. Why? Because we're at the point where the banks don't have enough money to show for. And another thing, are we still worried about Russia, or are we just worried about our financial collapse now? That's a good question to ask. Why isn't anybody asking that? Should we still be worried about Russia, or should we not worry about Russia anymore because we have bigger fish to fry here with our financial department? That is a good thought. Why isn't anybody asking that question? Why isn't anybody being more, what's the word I'm looking for? More informative. Maybe I'm just not putting attention to the right persons. I don't know. It's just been a hard last couple of weeks for me, because like I said, it went in a different way where I probably ate my words already from where I was talking about like a couple of weeks ago, and it just went from 0 to 100, and now the focus is turned from this to that. So it's becoming a lot harder to create the content that I want. It's just frustrating, and it's just sad, because you don't want to let things go that you've been working on. But times are hard. It requires for, what's the word I'm looking for? Hard times make hard men. Soft time makes soft times. And you know, we're at the soft times where are required to be hard man, hard dude, hard hard male. That sounds weird, but I guess you always gotta let people know what the fuck it is, because people get offended when you get the wrong terms. But anyways, it is interesting to know that fact of somebody holding the money somewhere out there and not letting it circulate and operate in a normal way like it would normally. But again, Who's the one that has the money? I'm pretty sure it's the Saudis because they say they have more money than anybody out in the world. And I'm pretty sure most of their money is dollars in the dollar amount. Although does this look good for the BRICS fucking empire that they're trying to build over there in the Soviet world, where all those Soviet loving countries are now getting together? Is this how where it's gonna go? Are we gonna live in a time where there's two different modes of currency, but there's a lot of different currency, of banking systems, I guess, because again, we're the U.S. is not based on gold. Their dollar is not based on gold anymore. It's based on debt, and if it's based on debt, if the debt gets bigger, is that good for the money that we use, or is that bad? Because if it's based on debt, that means the bigger the debt, the more you owe, well, the less you have to pay. But the question is, who the fuck owns that? Somebody has to own it, right? I'm pretty sure it's got to be BlackRock. It's just like, you will be happy and you will own nothing. Well, motherfucker, you will own something. Somebody's going to own everything. Is nobody going to own nothing? Are you going to own something? And these reporters all these reporters that stand in front of this of people that make such wild claims, they're all a bunch of bitches because they don't fucking ask the right questions. All those reporters that stood in front of that Schwab guy, whatever the fuck his name is, the BlackRock guy, all those people that stood in front of him and didn't ask the question, well, somebody's going to own something because somebody's going to have to distribute it, right? And who that may be. Are we supposed to just relinquish power to them like that? Is that why they're pushing such a utopia thing? A utopian society? Maybe because it seems easier for them to control the narrative or the mass that way. That's what it seems like. But then again, who knows, man? Who knows what these people will do in the future? I'm not even worried about me because I know by the time I'm fucking ready to fucking kick the bucket, I'm pretty sure that's when all going to be happening. All this crazy shit that we saw in Black Mirror. If you've seen Black Mirror, it's a good representation of what's coming. And you should be watching and paying attention to what it's being said there. Because little by little, all the things that I've seen on that show have been happening little by little. The technology keeps moving in a direction where it's becoming sentient. And all this chat GDP stuff, now, would all this make it better for everybody, or is it just going to make it worse? Because that's a good question to ask. Will it be better if we relinquish powers for them to... No, it will not be better. I mean, certain things I'm pretty sure they will improve because collectively we probably couldn't take care of it without help from the government. But then again, the government creates the problems for us so that we're not able to take care of them and we rely on them to take care of them. And then there's that. But again, I don't even know why I even asked that stupid question. Is it good to relinquish power to the government? It's not. Because then you lose the ability to make decisions. You get into a place known as, I don't know, maybe North Korea, maybe Iran or Iran. I don't know, maybe those people are weird and they try to tell everybody what you can or what you cannot do or where you can put your wiener or where you can't put it. I mean, who are those people to tell you when you can put your wiener or not? I guess they only want weirdness at their level of belief. You know, that's what pushes me away from religion a lot. All those crazy ass stupid beliefs that people have and that people really die for. Do we know how many people have died over religion? I don't know, maybe a whole fucking continent full of natives. Maybe those people died because of religion, right? And because they wanted to take everything for them. Through the mode of, you have to believe in this or you will die because my powerful Almighty has the power to smite you. Oh, smitey smiter. It is weird. But we are at a place where more people don't believe in the bullshit of religion. There's a lot of people that don't believe in that. And maybe that's why it's gotten so bad. Maybe back in 2008, things got bad and nobody was believing in the bearded dude in the clouds, and that's why shit went south. Maybe that's a possibility, but I don't know. No one knows. Nobody comes down here and tells us, hey, yep, man, that was right. You didn't believe, and now you guys are here to pay the consequences because you didn't believe. Right? Right. Anyways, but yes, I guess we're a place where, again, you have to make the decision. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit and crumble and worry about what's happening? Or are you going to figure out how to make the most out of this bad situation that we're in? Because remember, all these fucking politicians, all these CEOs, all the people that all the traders, the only thing that's going to happen to them is get richer. Sure, right now they might be eating shit. I mean, how much shit can you eat when you have millions of dollars invested or when you have millions of dollars in the bank? How much shit can you really be eating? You might think you're eating shit, but you're not. There's a lot of people out here that are eating shit, but it's, again, through no fault of their own. You make the decision to be where you're at. You make the decision to learn what you want to learn. But now, we are our 2 cents at Raxo Studios. We are going to make the decision of getting better. And we hope to come out better on the other end. I hope to. It's just I'm fucking lazy sometimes. And just sometimes I'm just like, but you know what it is? It's the stress of the jobs. And yeah, you heard it right. Jobs. It's the stress of the jobs that depletes me of creativity. It just drains my creativity and it's just not good. But like I said, eventually we'll figure out a way where we can be as creative as possible. Yeah. Like I said, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and crumble and wait for shit to go south and just fucking go down with the ship? Or are we going to try to find one of those lifeboats so we can get on that lifeboat? And that's a pretty good analogy. That's a Titanic analogy if I've ever heard one. Are we going to sit here and sink with the ship, or are we going to find a lifeboat or a life raft at least? Find a life something that'll get us out of this fucking murky waters that we're fucking getting into. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but let's just hope that we figure it out along the way. I want to figure it out. We will figure it out. I'm not worried about that. But anyways, what about that UFO, that mothership comment from the fucking press conference guy, I guess? But you know what's funny? The news said the report as if they had a clip of them saying it. I never saw a clip of them saying, oh yeah, there is a mothership out there and it might be coming soon, right? I never heard any of them say that. But the news said it, and I find it so fucking hilarious how everybody has been claiming, don't believe the news. The news are lying to you. They have an agenda right behind it. Don't believe them. The vaccine is fake. The vaccine is bad. It's killing people. And hopefully that doesn't fucking get me flagged because the vaccine is not fake. It's not. But the effects of what it was supposed to do is as stated with my friend a long fucking time ago when we had that conversation about what was coming, what could have happened. But no, YouTube decided to take that conversation away. So now I'm glad that bitch from YouTube is gone, because now hopefully no bitch is gonna fucking shut me down again, or take away an episode from you for saying what I said. Anyways, where was I going? But all this time we've been crying about, don't believe the news, they lie, there's an agenda. We've been fucking saying that. We've established that. So what happened this week? Aside from the fucking SVB failing, right? Aside from that, what happened is apparently NBC came out saying that the Pentagon had said that there was some kind of space UFO mothership out in the fucking cosmos, somewhere out there. And as soon as they said that, all you dumb fucks that were crying that don't believe the news, they always lie, there's an agenda. All you idiots that were saying that, what do you guys start doing? Oh my God, it's true. There's a fucking spaceship out there. It's waiting. It's coming. Get ready. They're letting us know. Again, they are fucking lying to you. Again, how? I don't see nothing. Just like all those videos of people saying, oh, there's 2 moons. There's 2 suns. Oh, I'm seeing this in the sky. You're not seeing shit. All you saw was a fucking meteor falling out of the sky, and yet you thought it was a fucking UFO. That's frustrating that people do that. It's more frustrating that people actually ran with the fucking information that they had just given us, even though everybody's been saying, don't believe these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers have been lying to us for so long. Why should we believe them? But as soon as they say something we want to hear, like there's a space mothership UFO out there somewhere in the cosmos, everybody believes it. Everybody runs with that idea. What happened to the government is full of shit? What happened to the government lying to us? What happened to that? So what everybody is saying now is that they're telling the truth about a space UFO mothership being out there. They're telling the truth about that. But everything else they've told us, it's a lie, it's a conspiracy. How can anybody be ridiculous to believe such a thing? Especially when it's only one news reporter that said it. It wasn't multiple news reporters, even though we know exactly what they do with their fucking programming and agenda that they have. We've seen it. We've seen those side-by-side fucking videos of all the fucking news reading the same fucking shit over and over again. We've seen them. Even though there's that, I'm not going to believe anything they say. I'm going to live my life the way I live my life, believing in ghosts. I don't believe ghosts are real. I don't. But I don't want to find out. Is that a good way to believe things? That's got to be a good way to believe things, right? I believe I can do things, and I want to find that out if I can do them or not. But I don't believe in ghosts, but I don't want to find out. Anyways, on that note, I just wanted to get over here and share a little bit of what I've been thinking about lately, and it's mainly those 2 subjects that got to me this week. Starting with the UFO and people saying, oh, there's a UFO out there. They're telling us the truth. Listen to them. They know better. They know best. They know what we should be doing. But when it comes time for them to give you information about a vaccine, they're lying. It's a conspiracy. So which is it? Now I don't even believe regular people, because all you want to fucking sit there and praise them for sharing more misinformation as far as a spaceship. What the heck kind of shit is that? Spaceship. Anyways, I'll get in here and share my thoughts with you. This was so much fun. Again, I got it all out. Again, we went without notes. Good job. This was our 2 cents. Have a lovely week and enjoy your time. Because either financial crisis is going to fuck you up or the war. You decide. Deuces.